Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a broadcast of Jerusalem's Gate. It's early in the morning. Got my coffee here, watching the sun come up. It's a beautiful day. Well, I wish I can say it was beautiful regarding this topic. I decided to do a screenshot today instead of a regular video. Ladies and gentlemen, when the nuclear deal went down, and this is my own opinion, of course, Iran got a cargo plane full of cash, and Israel, through a special ops unit, penetrated the wall of Iran and obtained documentation that Iran was still working on a nuclear program even with the nuclear deal. And now Iran, Newsweek title reads, Iran says Joe Biden's nuclear deal window is closing as Tehran tests new rocket. People that follow Jerusalem's Gate know that I do not, how should I say this? I'm not a forceful person. I tend to be on the reserve side, and but this is one situation that is of crucial importance. Iran is getting heavily involved, like they are in Yemen, Syria, Iraq. Iran is, and this is my own opinion, of course, is not going to abide by any nuclear deal. They have one goal, and that's to obtain nuclear weapons and quick striking missile capabilities, which they have. I personally think Iran is closer to a nuclear weapon than we all think, and is trying to play the good guy here, and trying to strong arm the United States into another deal. And they have, and again, it's my own opinion, they have no intentions on stopping their nuclear program. Now, I've said that, you heard me say this before, once a country obtains nuclear capabilities, that's military capabilities, they've already got the fast striking missile capabilities. All they need to do is fit a small warhead on that missile, and they can strike anywhere in the world. Now, getting back to what I was just saying, once a country becomes a nuclear military country, the whole way that you handle that country totally changes. And Iran is not stupid. Iran knows that. And it's quickly marching. The Persian Tiger is looking to counterbalance the powers in the East against Israel. Now, when you have a country that the leaders have parades and say down with the U.S. and down with the Zionists and destroy the Zionists and all that, and you have to. That's a sign of what's in their head in regards to their position on the United States and Israel. Iran, the Persian Tiger, is in fact growing, even under intense pressure and sanctions from the world. They know that once they get their nuclear capabilities, military capabilities, that the world will treat them totally different. Kim made a statement. Kim with Korea made a statement. He said, if I give up my nuclear weapons, I'll wind up like Gaddafi. Well, that is kind of a truthful statement in regards to how you handle a country. Completely changes once they become a nuclear country. Now, Iran if or when they may already have it and just looking to build more. I don't know that. The world doesn't know that. Once they obtain nuclear warheads, I don't think they're going to let the world know immediately. I think they're going to stockpile it, make sure that they're fitted on the quick striking missiles, and that they're prepared for any kind of aggressiveness with their weapons. If they do not have them, they're very, very close to getting them. And they've already got the missiles. Now, coming out of Newsweek, Iran says Joe Biden's nuclear deal window is closing as Tehran tests new rocket. And the article goes on how the foreign minister once again warned President Joe Biden that the window to revive the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA, nuclear deal is closing, adding that the new administration should prioritize the accord over political maneuvering. Speaking with CNN in an interview broadcast Monday, insisted that Iran does not seek nuclear weapons. I think Israel, if you ask Netanyahu, he would say something different because he has the proof in the special ops that they did, and they obtained a computer disk and documentation that is an absolute 100% lie. They are pursuing nuclear weapons, in my own opinion, and just once the sanctions lifted off of them. The Persian Tiger is a problem in the world, and they've become very aggressive in the East, stretching their tentacles again, like I just said, in Yemen and Syria and Iraq. What to do? Well, I'm not a political advisor, so I cannot say what to do. All I'm telling you is that the Bible lists one of the countries that's going to go against Israel in the latter days is Persia. And that's, as we all know, that's an ancient term for Iran. The window of opportunity to stop in Iran is quickly closing because they're becoming closer and closer to their objective. And it's a serious situation. It's a very serious situation. And once they obtain it, it's totally... they can strong arm and get anything they want. And they're very unstable to have nuclear weapons. I think we all can agree on that they're very, very, very too dangerous to become a nuclear power country. Now, we're going to see this as time goes on, that the building a nuclear weapon is a lot easier now than it was back in the 50s. The 50s and 60s, 1950s and 1960s. It's a lot easier now because it's basically old technology. And unfortunately, we're going to see this as time goes on. More and more countries being able to develop nuclear weapons. Now, if you want to predict the future, just review the history. And when technology gets, as time goes on, technology becomes more easy to obtain, and sooner or later it's going to get in the wrong hands. And that's what I'm fearing with Iran. That Iran, if they would not use them, I fear that they would give them to somebody that would. They're strapped for cash, and the right group of people gives them enough money, God only knows what would happen with that technology. But I just wanted to say that in my opinion, even with the new nuclear deal, they will still be producing and building their nuclear program. And Netanyahu with Israel proved that to the whole world. And that received little attention, too. That received very little attention when Netanyahu presented to the world Iran's true intentions with their special ops, where they got the computer disk and the documentation about their nuclear plan. Israel has a lot to be concerned about with Iran and the United States, because they're looking. They don't want. In other words, they don't want Israel being the only military nuclear country in the East. But as the Bible predicts, Persia would be one of the countries that come against Israel in the latter days. But wanted to get this out to you. The article caught my attention, and I do not know our new commander-in-chief's intention on handling Iran. But I think he's smart enough to figure it out that they just want the sanctions lifted. And, what's that old saying? They want their cake and eat it too. They want the sanctions lifted, but secretly they're going to keep their nuclear program going on. But with that said, I just want to give you this quick little broadcast. Yes, it's something to be worried about. No, us Christians shouldn't be worried. He that watches over Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. The Holy One of Israel's eyes are upon Jerusalem. But we have a biblical obligation to pray for the peace of Jerusalem, for they shall prosper that love thee. And we have a biblical obligation to pray for our country here in the United States. We should pray for our leaders. We should respect authority. And that you have it. That's the quick little broadcast. Just wanted to get it out there. Iran is a serious matter. How the powers that be going to handle it, I have no absolutely clue. But I think they're smart enough to figure it out too, and know what documentation that Israel obtained in their special ops program last year. But with that being said, you're watching and listening to another broadcast of Jerusalem's Gate. If you would like to help us, in closing, if you would like to help us, we're a non-profit Christian news and sermon channel. But we do ask you that you help us by subscribing. We're trying to grow the channel. And the red box at the bottom right hand of the screen, all you do is click that and click the notification bell. And hey, if you like the broadcast, give us a thumbs up. And again, like I said on one of my last broadcasts, I hate asking for subscribers, but we are trying to grow the channel. That's the only way. But with that said, you're watching and listening to another broadcast of Jerusalem's Gate. We love you. God be with you.